you're not walking out of this courtroom today. Either you're going to be going to prison or either you're going to be going to inpatient treatment. You're going to get drug tested today. What are the results going to be?
They will come back a positive.
Positive for what?
Methamphetamine. I just do it when I'm under stress. So I know I have a problem and I don't do it like around my children. I don't do it, every day. It's just, when I'm under stress and I was, really scared. So, and really under stress. So I don't do it when I go to work. I don't do it, every day, like I said.
I'm going to find her guilty, sentence her to.
All right, folks, get ready. This case feels like something pulled straight from a Courtroom series. A mother is in federal court, charged with serious drug trafficking offenses after being caught with a substantial stash. But instead of trying to talk her way out or deny what happened, she looks the judge dead in the eye and says, "I only use occasionally." No legal tricks, no rehearsed speech, just a straightforward admission. And while she sounds completely sincere, sincerity alone doesn't carry much weight when you're looking at up to 6 years in federal prison. So the question is, did her honesty work in her favor, or did it just seal her fate? That's for the judge to decide, but I want to know what you think. Was this a smart, honest move or a misstep that made things worse? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're here for real courtroom stories,
All right, we're here
no
for
filter,
sentencing today.
hit like and subscribe.
According to
We're just getting started.
the plea bargain agreement, she pled no contest to count 2 of the indictment. She applied for deferred adjudication. The state is proceeding only on count 2 according to the plea bargain agreement. Punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison, and the state is silent on the defendant's application. The court requested that the defendant's criminal history be provided to the court. There were no objections to the court receiving that from the state. Is that correct?
Correct.
And any objections to the court reviewing that?
No, Judge, of course not.
All right, the state is silent. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, of course, Ms. Torres is hoping you'll grant her application for deferred. She's in self-employed cleaning houses. She has several customers that rely on her. She has a few kids. She's just asking for the court to maybe direct her to some outpatient treatment because she believes she needs some help with this problem. And other than that, again, she's just hoping you'll grant her application.
All right, you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Missy Torres, Missy Ann Torres.
All right, so you're going to get drug tested today. What are the results going to be?
They will come back a positive.
Positive for what?
Methamphetamine.
All right, so how often are you using meth?
I only do it when I'm under stress, and I did it because I could get denied for adjudication, so
I'm sorry, what?
I could get denied the application, so I just was I just do it when I'm under stress. So I know I have a problem, and I don't do it like around my children. I don't do it, every day. It's just when I'm under stress and I was really scared, so and really under stress. So I don't do it when I go to work. I don't do it every day, like I said.
This case feels like something out of a legal drama. A mother stands in front of a federal judge, facing serious drug trafficking charges after being caught with a major stash. But instead of denying anything, she calmly tells the judge, "I only do it sometimes." No complicated excuses, just straight-up honesty. But when you're facing 6 years in federal prison, being sincere might not be enough. It's hard to listen to someone downplay meth use like it's no big deal. Meth is one of the most addictive and damaging substances out there, and claiming to use it casually raises a lot of concern, especially when children are involved. If she's using while raising kids, that turns this into more than just a personal issue. It becomes a matter of child safety. Sure, every defendant deserves a fair chance to speak, but if this is just a tactic to reduce her sentence, it's a dangerous move. The judge saw through the excuses and still gave her a chance. 6 months of good behavior and early release is possible. Maybe this is her shot at turning.
All right, so how many children do you have?
I have 3.
What are their ages?
11, 8, and 5.
And where are they now?
2 of them are with their dad, and 1 is with my grandma.
All right. With your grandmother, so their great grandmother?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So Uh, do you help take care of your children?
Yes.
How
I-
often?
I see them every other weekend and, I don't pay child support, but I pay them. My exes and, I have my daughter. My daughter is, with me.
No, you just said your daughter is with the
Yeah,
great
but I
grandmother.
live with my grandmother, this was it.
All right.
So I help take care of, she
All right.
helps me take care of her.
Okay. So one, I don't think it's appropriate for you to be cleaning houses
Okay.
because of the nature of this offense. And two, I don't think it's appropriate for you right now to be taking care of your children.
That's why I'm asking for help, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, what?
That's why I was asking for help, Your Honor. That's why.
All right, your help is not going to be outpatient treatment if I grant this application for deferred adjudication. So you're going into custody today.
Okay.
All right. So it's just a matter of what I'm going to do with you. I will tell you the court's issue, and if you want to address this, I know the state is proceeding on count 2 of possession, but she had a lot of drugs with her.
No,
So I don't understand if you're working homes, then why do you have a scale with
Wait.
you? Because that's, according to this, you had drugs, you had a scale in your purse, and there were baggies totaling 32.0 grams.
well, Your Honor, I was a heavy user back then, and it was.
Oh, you're not, I tell you what, I don't think, and if I'm wrong, correct me. I don't think you were using 32 grams of meth.
It was, it was only 28.
No, you have meth here for 4.964 grams, and you also have meth for 27.459 grams. And what you pled to in count 2 was a possession 4 to 200 grams. So this is not a possession 1 to 4. So we're talking about 27 grams. And according to the stipulations, that what was found in your bag, it says, I searched her bag and inside a Paris Hilton makeup bag box were baggies, a scale, and crystal-like substance inside a cut vacuum sealed bag. That's from your Paris Hilton makeup bag.
Let's be honest, when someone gets caught with heroin, multiple baggies, and a digital scale, it's hard to believe they're just using every now and then to manage stress. That kind of setup doesn't look like a small mistake. It looks like preparation, like someone ready to distribute, not just someone with a personal habit. If she really was a casual user, why have the tools commonly linked to drug sales? The scale alone raises serious red flags. It feels like she's hoping the court will ignore the obvious and just believe her words, but that's not how it works. The judge isn't buying the story, and continuing to push it only makes things worse. Courts take lying under oath seriously, and while perjury isn't always charged, it definitely hurts your credibility. Right now, her best move would be to stop making excuses and start owning up before things get even more complicated. Let's get back into the case and see how the court decides to handle her defense.
So what I had, the meth was it was double bagged in a sandwich bag. So yes, ma'am, I know it was 20, but it's because that was my personal. I didn't have any other. And last time I went, they tried to only give me which was 14 grams. So I had to.
No, what I'm telling you is, they said the baggie found in Robert's pocket tested positive for meth and had a field weight of
That was
6.12
Robert's,
grams.
that wasn't mine.
No. I'm not saying that was yours. So the 6.12 grams that were found in his pocket, they're saying that was his. It was in his pocket. But the baggie, which was found in Missy's purse, tested positive for meth and had a field weight of 32.09 grams. Now, mind you, what they do in the field, I already know that testing drugs in the field are not legal for court. So I'm not considering the weight and what they said in the field. I'm considering what has been given to me for laboratory reports. So this was the professionals testing it, not a presumptive. And it says 27.459 grams was the net weight of the meth that you had in your Paris Hilton bag.
Yes, Your Honor. And I will say that I used to use a whole ounce within 2 to 3 days. So I was a heavy user, and like I said, they tried to give me half of that the last time, and right now it's going for 250. So if I'm paying 250, I wanted the whole thing. I wanted to make sure. I'm just being honest, and I'm sorry. Excuse me for being.
No, I
Transparent.
want you to be honest and I want you to be transparent.
I'm sorry for being transparent, but it's something that I feel like I worked for my money, and I didn't want just to get gypped again. I can promise you I didn't sell anything. It was because I've been gypped many times. So I did get it. Now it was double bagged because I don't know, that's the way they gave it to me. I can't, and it is my mistake, and I'm taking full responsibility, but I wasn't selling drugs. I wouldn't. I guess I have a job, and back then I was, a heavy user where I would just do it before work, after work, and I didn't have my children in my life. Now I do have my children back in my life, and I'm trying to be a good mom. So I thank you for, giving me an inpatient program.
Well, no, I'm not saying I'm going to give you
Oh, I'm
inpatient.
sorry.
What I'm saying is that you're not walking out of this courtroom today. Either you're going to be going to prison or either you're going to be going to inpatient treatment. So it's very important that you be 100% honest with me, because I'm telling you, the state proceeded on a possession, but the amount of drugs you had and the way they were packaged, that's concerning for the court. So you're saying that you just bought a bunch of meth and you were saving it up for use?
So I would use within 2 to 3 days, that was all my personal. Like I said, they tried to sell me half of that one time, and I went back to the same person, but I said, I'm gonna weigh it myself to make sure I'm getting the right amount, because I'm an addict. I'm sorry, I am. And we're not.
So you travel with your own scale?
Well, at the time I did, because like I said, I've been gypped, and when you're an addict, that's all you think of, just how to get, make sure you're getting what you need.
Can anyone honestly believe this excuse? Because it's just not adding up. Getting caught with hard drugs is serious enough, but when you're also carrying plastic baggies and a digital scale, that paints a completely different picture. Those aren't random items. They're exactly the kind of tools prosecutors point to when proving someone isn't just using but possibly distributing. That takes the case from simple possession to something far more serious, with much harsher penalties. So the big question is, was she really unaware of what this all looked like, or is she trying to appear naive to get a lighter sentence? Either way, it's doubtful the court will be fooled. Judges look at the full context, not just the drugs but everything surrounding them. And when the evidence points to preparation and intent, claiming ignorance won't go very far. What do you think? Is she being genuine or just trying to escape the consequences? Let's see how the judge reads it.
And honestly, I can see where I made my mistake, but I won't. I'm being honest with you. It was my skeleton measure, so my personal, that's it. And I don't know if Robert would tell you that was my personal as well. Like, I mean, I don't want to call him or anything, you can if you want to, but he would tell you that's what I used to pick
Oh, no, I'm not going to be calling Robert, because Robert probably has a case of his own.
Right. But I'm saying Robert can tell you too, within 3 days, maybe 2 to 3 days, really, it would have been gone, and I would have been back doing it again. Now I don't. It was kind of like a stress thing. And
where did you get your drugs to use today before you came to court?
Just an old friend. I hadn't talked to him since, and it was on Saturday when I knew it was, coming, and I guess I felt, under pressure.
If
Yes.
I say something, I think the fact that she would actually go out and do the same drugs that she's about to get sentenced for in a couple of days, I think really speaks to the fact that she has a serious addiction problem that I think only rehab can treat. And if you decide that's ISF or SATF or SAFE, we understand that, but I think she really needs treatment.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is there anything else for me to say? All right, this is what the court is going to do. I see that she hasn't been to prison before. I'm going to find her guilty, sentence her to 6 years in the prison, the therapeutic community. There's to be no contact with Robert Marble, give her credit for any time served, and I'll retain jurisdiction.
Now that the judge has given the final sentence, I honestly think it was a fair decision. Judge Boyd has a reputation for being balanced and thoughtful, and this case was no different. Even though the defendant wasn't honest and tried to play down the facts, the judge still gave her a shot. 6 months of good behavior and she could get out early. That's a big opportunity, especially with all the evidence against her. The truth is, addiction often leads to poor decisions, denial, and broken trust, and it takes moments like this to push someone toward real change. Hopefully, this time in custody helps her turn things around, not just for herself but for her children, who need a reliable and present parent. Let's hope she uses this time wisely. What do you think? Was the sentence fair, too light, or too tough? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoy real courtroom breakdowns, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what case you want to see next. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.